Enjoy. Bonsoir, bonsoir everybody. Je suis Cotalia Benson, monumentos de la Livre Renedou, de la Coiffure, monumentos de la Livre. Bienvenue sur mon cher. Welcome everybody. I hope everyone enjoyed all of that. Now, am I able to hear myself through the speaker? Because I can't hear myself. Oh, okay, d'accord, voilà. Oh my goodness, everybody. I am so excited I was able to share that with you all this evening. Hey, Queen got this. Now this got me turned up. Go ahead and take my money out. Now, hey, listen. Everybody, I'm telling you, this is next level. But for those that just tuned in, one more time. Just one more time. May I? Is that okay? Calling and walking and feeling the splendor, splendor. Your mama didn't want you go lay in your bed. Your mama didn't want you go lay in your bed. Dressing the fist and my cousin be lit. Dressing the fist and my cousin be lit. Queen coming through in the smoke and the seed. Calling and walking and feeling the spirit. Your mama didn't want you go lay in your feelings. Dressing the fist and my cousin be lit. Queen coming through in the smoke in the city. Calling and walking and feeling the spirit. Your mama didn't want you go lay in your feelings. Dressing the fist and my cousin be lit. Queen coming through in the smoke in the city. My gosh, I am so proud of my visuals, if I may say so myself. This reminds me, I oh, that's perfectly okay, Brooklyn. Trust and believe me. Look, we've already been talking. I'm here for it. Is this song available to stream? Not yet, but it will be. This is just a snippet of this song. It is called The Callin', because like so many of us, and this is the Conjure Fete of the Gods. You will see that come up quite a bit as promotions roll out. Thank you so very much, Brandy. I greatly appreciate you for your super sticker. Um, but yes, because the streets need it. Yeah, so as it roll out, but this is Fete of the Gods, and I am so thankful for Conjure South, Haunted Horse Entertainment, Michael that filmed this, our media company. This was our second time ever filming something specifically for us. The audio is from Haunted Horse Entertainment, my record label, if you will, and all of those things. And so yes, drop this song immediately. Well, I gotta finish laying down some of the vocals. That was just the chorus, the hook. So shout out to Michael. Brooklyn says so. I just want to thank Haunted Horse Entertainment, Michael. Thanks to all of my affiliate students and court members and family that participated in the video. It was a long day, but I am so I'm glad the Conjure Fete is a requirement in the institute, because I will be there in 2024. You all, this Conjure Fete this year, it will exceed all other Conjure Fetes, and there are a couple of reasons why. So the very first thing is Ia Lisa is an OG palera and Ia within the traditional African religions, okay? She will be bringing us Lukumi, Dance of the Orisha, but this is the woman that read my head, that told me, she said, look, I see these spirits with you and the Loa with you. So you're going to fall in between one or two of these spaces. So let me give you my contacts to see where you are going to go. Okay? This is the woman that read for me. And if you come to the Conjure Fete, you have the option of her reading for you. There are limited VIP tickets where she will only read for X amount of people on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay? A limited group of people. Then, so if you ever was like, ooh, which Orisha is mine? Who has my head? She'll be able to tell you. She's going to tell you if, hey, look, the Orisha are with you, but you don't need to be initiated. This Orisha walks with you, and this is how you need to devote yourself to them. So, and so she is that one. She is one that was initiated and all of those things before internet became what it is today. So she is that one. And so you will have that opportunity. Now let's go beyond that, not elevate beyond it, but just to a different space. Is Shiftan gone? Okay. This individual is a true elder within the Norse pagan community. And I know that some people like, I thought this was the Hoodoo Conjure Fete. If you have come to the Hoodoo Queen Conjure Fete, you know that even within my magazine, I literally have crystal magic, Ifa, Celtic magic, Italian magic. I am about pure, solid, sourceful education. Point blank, period. And I'm honored to have this conversation this evening surrounding ancestral honoring, veneration, acknowledgement, fit, Gede, etc., so forth and so on, because I love the inclusion of different paths. Well, the thing about it is, as an African American, you are created up of different paths, different respected paths, but different paths. And you will see that I am not here to go, take from this and this is hoodoo, take from that and this is hoodoo, and this is hoodoo. No, this is Norse. This is indigenous. This is brujeria. This is hoodoo. This is juju. And it is to, and people say, well, Queen, why do you do that? Because I know, and it's not what I think, it's not what I feel, but I know, just like you may have Germanic blood in you, you more than likely or could have some Germanic gifts, some Scandinavian gifts, some British Isles gifts. And so you may be doing some spell work and you don't understand why it's not working, but you like, I'm honoring my ancestors. Are you honoring all? And people go, well, this person did this negative thing to me or to my family. I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about your blood. I'm talking about the magic. I'm talking because that thing didn't have nothing to do with the trauma in your life or any racial barriers. I'm specifically asking you to connect to all of you. Okay? All of you. All of you. And so Chieftain Gon will come through and he is going to give us spell work with the runes. A lot of people, and you're going to get runes as well. You will have your own runes to leave with, to learn spell work with, in addition to understanding and having a conversation about the divination. A lot of people just know about the divination of runes, but not the spell work and the charms of the symbols and the sounds, the sonic spell work. The sonic spell work. So the sounds you make and how they relate to particular things you want to see happen. And when you get into this space, you may go, oh my goodness, like this, I feel this. And beyond that, we are going to join with Chieftain Gun and his tribe for Moot, which is a sacred gathering. It literally starts at the start of the day, but at night, we will join the whole tribe. I also have to remember that with Ia, we are actually going to do a Yamaya ritual at the ocean. This Conjure Fete is very different because we're going to be going to different sites, and that is a true thing. Okay, we're going to be going to different sites at the ocean, in the forest, in the woods, and we're getting into it in every space. And then, last but not least, you all have no idea at the work that I've done and the work that I am doing in presenting to you all the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. The Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre is not, and I swear upon my breath, it is not like any other tarot that you have ever placed your hands upon. This is the first truthful and actual African American divination tarot system. This is a system that was built by our bones. So it's not, see, here's the thing about it. You may say, well, Queen, there's the Hoodoo Tarot. Oh, Queen, there's the Black in this tarot. Queen, there's the Onyx, and these have Black and African people on it. That is Black representation. That is African representation. But that system is Eurocentric at the core, at the foundation. And there's no way to get around it. Well, the artist was a Black woman. No, she wasn't. She was absolutely English. Some of her founding fathers actually were some of the founding fathers of literature here in America. She lived in Jamaica and posed as a Caribbean individual when she went back to London. But the system is built from Hermeticism, is what it's really built from. In the tarot, in the Rider Waite tarot that most people know. This tarot system that I have created specifically for our blood, the mixture even of our blood, has been 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years in the workings. Every single piece of artwork reflects our omens and spirits. So you're not going to find a 7 of sticks or 7 of brooms. No, because that's literally just going the 7 of wands. It's not a representation. It's not the characters of, no. But in the suit of life is what it's called. There are images and spirits. But we'll get into that later. This system comes with, hello, sweet poison. This system comes with a African American divination reference of the Tarot de la Livre, seership and spirits, that holds at minimum 300 pages. I break down the history of traditional tarot, modern tarot, Afrocentric tarot, and what the Tarot de la Livre is. There are, I'm letting you all know this now. Some of you are going to go look at the tickets and go, oh my goodness, this is hot, this is heavy, this is a lot. There are coupon codes that cuts off a large amount of money that I'm going to share with you in just a second. And some things I'm just going to share with you later. But if you trust me, don't sleep on the VIP tickets. Don't wait on the VIP tickets. Oh, I forgot. That's the major part. I am only doing a limited amount of prints. 888 prints of the Tarot de la Livre. The Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. And you will not, once those 888 are done, it's done. There are different options. There's a standard set, and there's merci beaucoup. Thank you so very much, Madame K. Can people of other necessities not practice too? I'm hearing from some people on YouTube saying, I'm not Black, I shouldn't be practicing. My dear, you can educate yourself on any and all things, as you should educate yourself in any and all things. Listen, because I'm going to tell you something, my dear. I can give you every single remedy my family knows. It won't make a difference to you because you can't access my blood. Okay? You can't access my blood. Even if I gave you all the things I knew, it would never make you queen of my lineage because it's not about that. I'm British and Indian origin. Yes, Indian origin. Wonderful. Great. I make sure that I know about Russian folk magic, Italian folk magic, brujeria, cunning work, strega, I Ching, Kimbwa, Wanga, Juju. I am familiar with the variety of spaces that I did not grow up in. So that when I enter those spaces, like culturally, I am aware. So when I see a doll with no eyes and no facial features, I know what not to do or where not to enter. When I am going into a space where I see dried frogs that are sewn X, Y, and Z, I know where not to enter and what not to do because I've educated myself. But you educating yourself does not make you an authority. That's what you can't do. You educating yourself does not give you the ability to make material and manufacture items. That's what you cannot do. You cannot do it. Okay? And those two reasons alone, and if you can respect those things, you're good to go. You're good to go. But no one should be able to, and a lot of people want to, say, this is closed, that is closed. The truth is this. I've been interested in voodoo since I was a teen. I'm 52 now. Well, the reality is this. You can learn things about voodoo. You will not learn the secrets of voodoo. Even if you get initiated in voodoo and somebody decided to initiate you for $30,000, I think is what they're doing now, you will never know. I, as a child of the African diaspora, but because I was born in America, there are things that I cannot know about voodoo because I was not born on Haitian soil. But I respect the culture and I know that. And I'm okay with that. It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. But I do want to just briefly, so educating yourself is important because where there's education, there's understanding. And where there's understanding, there should be respect. And that's just how that cookie crumbles. But once you have fixed your mind to think that you hold authority in the space, is when you have disrespectfully bumped your head. And then that comes with consequences. I told someone that that it's a million people who watch your lives and classes don't mean they are going to be replicate the teachings or the workings. Exactly. There's a lot of people that will, and so a lot of people, anyways, but I'm not going to get deep into the conversation. But I do just want to just briefly just bring up here. I'm super excited about this. This will be happening April 2024. This will be held at the Blakely State Park. We have Hoodoo Folk Spirits, Water and the Tranquil Haints, Norse Guides, Rune Spellworks, Moot, Introduction to Lakumi, Dance of the Orisha. Y'all, we're going to be dancing this year again. Yamaya Ritual, in addition to Orisha head readings and the Hoodoo Tarot de la Nive. Here is the coupon code. Conjure Fete 7. This is our 7th annual Conjure Fete. You get 25% off tickets. Just words of the wise. Once you hit 25% off, anything above that, honestly, is pretty much a steal. Always remember that, because once you hit that 30% mark, you have begun to lose on the business side, on the profit side. So just always keep that in mind. So this is a big discount for everyone. And I hope you all take advantage of it, because that takes off a huge chunk of change. I'm going to give you all a little hint. Black Friday is coming. No, well, Black Friday is coming up, but Cyber Monday too. There may be another opportunity for a lesser or more percentage for that. But the thing about it is, once those 30 VIP tickets are gone, they're gone. I've decided to learn about Brujeria in a workshop, but made it clear that I am not practicing it and it's not my blood. And that's beautiful. You should remember to like and share. Yeah, so please like and share. That would mean the world to me. I know there's a lot that I have not communicated about the Tarot de la Nive. I'm making a video for that. And you're going to see why the VIP tickets are what they are, and why the standard tickets are what they are, and all of those things. A large, big reason, again, they are collector items. There are limited items. And I'm going to just say it. Everybody's not deserving to know what is going to be in those books, in that book. The book will be a whole thing on its own, because it is a reference hardback, full color, very vibrant experience. The book by itself alone will change the way, if you are a seer or a medium and you wish to divine, this will be the reference for you. I know this. So, I am so excited to begin this class tonight, as we are going to be discussing Vodou Fete Gede, Egungun, and the Ancestors' devotion and honor. So everybody, we are in the season. This is actually Samhain. Okay, if you want to be technically correct, this is the Celtic pagan, or at least witches' New Year. To be honest, that's what this day is about. or beginning of that day. And this weekend, I actually had the honor to join Witch Mama of ATL Craft. Everyone thumbs up. It's 70 people watching and 9 likes on the video. We about to go into an important class. Yes, please. Exactement. Let me go check y'all out. Let me see y'all aren't giving these thumbs up. Please. Exactement. Okay, here's some thumbs up. I see. All right. Yeah, so please definitely and share this video. Please share this video. Okay. Now, tonight we are going to be discussing different elements of ancestral reverence, honoring, devotion, etc., so forth and so on. Um, and and the thing about it is this past weekend I was invited to go to near Atlanta to Fayetteville, Georgia. Well, I think it's possibly. Anyways, I was able to go to near Atlanta. I know I drove to like Noonan and some other places. I don't know the actual town. Anyways, so I went to go see Witch Mama of ATL Craft. Now, you all should know how deeply I love this individual and how true they are to who they are and their community. This is an individual that I met many, many years ago, and they are truly family to me, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Witch Mama does follow incredibly talented, incredibly like spiritually talented, beautiful being, very kind, loyal, honorable, very knowledgeable. Um, and so she was doing a class on necromancy, ancestral reverence, veneration, because this day and the next couple of days provide that type of information. Ma'am, do you consult individuals for work? I might need. I do. And normally that information is in the description box. I may add it later if I remember. Otherwise, there's other videos that give you that information. Okay. Um, and she was doing a class on ancestral reverence, veneration, acknowledgement, necromancy, in the traditions of a Euro or from a Eurocentric standpoint. I again am someone who I'm an avid learner about different cultures and spaces, but also the reality is this: the first of my mother's lineage here in the States were European and indigenous. I grew up with the descendants of those European and indigenous children, okay, being French and indigenous, and then another in my mother's paternal side, it's British and all of those things. And so my thing is I wanted to understand what elements could I do on a seasonal basis, like this time of the year, to honor them in the way that they would desire to be honored to that capacity. Because I did not grow up in that space to be like, oh, yes, this is what you do. And, da, 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 da. And even with me learning it, it may be something that I would do for me and my family, but not something that I would feel that I have the authority to speak on, even if I carry that blood, but I did not grow up in that culture, because that's the kind of respect that I have. Okay. So I went to go listen to the class. However, the night before, I had a huge party that I had to go do readings at. And so I wasn't able to participate in the class, but I did get there right when the class was over and did have some conversations. But she will actually, Witch Mama will be with us on the podcast. Speaking of the podcast, Tomorrow, Madam Eliza will be with us, giving us all things astrology, and you all will be able to really, this is my personal astrologer. She is the only individual in my adult life, in my recent adult life, that has dragged me edgeless. Dragged me edgeless. Completely. I'm a Monty to play. I do apologize. There was someone um out front. I think they're fixing their car. So so anyways, is it appropriate to ask here about my problem? This would be inappropriate, actually, because we're bringing our focus to a particular topic. Um, y'all are making people angry in the chat because liking y'all are not liking the video. Y'all are making little other people upset. She did a reading for me during the Tea and Tarot, and she definitely read me like a book. I met with her a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still looking for my edges in the coffee shop. When I tell you dragged me, the drag she drugged. Okay, it was received and accepted. I trust her. Again, another individual I consider family and that I love dearly, and someone that I know that knows their things. She and Haley Witch Mama are my two astrologers. Until I begin to study and build my skill set in astrology, um, I wouldn't and the thing about it is the skill set of learning astrology is going to take years, if not decades. So I'm definitely going to be, without a doubt, eventually when I can find the time to delve into that. And until then, they're my sources, and those are the ones that I trust. But anyway, so they'll be here with us on the podcast. Madam Eliza will be with us tomorrow. Don't miss out. You can join the podcast here on YouTube. Yep. Bloop. Nope, not that one. Sorry. Wrong one. And voila, Virtual Coven. And the podcast is also available too if you want to subscribe to that. So but I was supposed to have a discussion at Witch Mamas about how we within the traditional African religions and just African spirituality, or as a child of the African diaspora, how we would in fact honor the ancestors during this time. And she asked a beautiful question of, well, Queen, well, what do do y'all have sacred days? Well, the truth in regards to the ancestors. So here's the thing. I'm going to approach you all with me first, my upbringing. Okay. As a child that grew up in a traditional spiritual household, and as a child of the African diaspora, all of you, the African diaspora, we don't have a holy ancestor day just as a traditional spiritualist. Not a hoodoo, not an Obeah man or woman, not a Conjure man or woman. Just as a child within the African diaspora, ancestral reverence is a daily, it is a daily occurrence. So you see where there's a variety of other ethnic groups and cultures that literally have the Day of the Dead. They have Samhain, like today. And these are definitely more cultures that do not venerate their ancestors until particular times of the year. Now, they may venerate saints and folk saints on a regular basis, but when it comes to their ancestors, that is not a cultural thing. But for us, we honor our ancestors before we make it here, and we're working as the ancestors when we get there. I mean, at the end, okay? All right. So the thing about it is super important to understand that this is why there's no ancestral holy day. Now, I know that people want to make the Hoodoo Heritage Month and acknowledge historic icons, magic or not, but people do that whole thing wanting to sort of make these things. Here's I'm gonna just keep it real with you all. A lot of people, what I've really recognized is most people really want to try to make hoodoo so it's so crazy. It's closed, but you're paraded around. The math ain't mathing. But the truth is people want to try to make it a religion, is what they want. What do you mean, Queen? Well, we then have to tap into and look into Fete Gede. So understand this: ancestral reverence, honor, acknowledgement is not magic. It is a custom within the African diaspora. Period. That's all it is. That's all it is. It is nothing more than a custom. It's an important custom. It is the source of it is the source of our hope, our protection, and our guidance. Yes, but it is not magic. You're not going to your ancestors and them doing work for you. Well, I went to my ancestors, told them to bring me a job, and they brought me one. No, they didn't. Kwasimbo, come on, my Haitians. You better. You better. Yes, indeed. Kwasimbo. And we're in that time right now. We're actually, and I'm gonna get to Fete Gede here in a little bit. Okay. But the thing about it is, you don't you may say, well, I went to my ancestors and they asked them to bring me a job, and they brought me a job. No, they didn't. They guided you. They guided you to your job. They made sure that they rejected until you understood that I can't go right. I'm supposed to be going left. That's what they did. Those rejections were also protections. That's what they did. But they did not bring you your job. They guided you to your job. Okay. So that's an important understanding that we need to begin to recognize and to have, that it is a custom as a child of the African diaspora. Point blank, period. It is not magic. It is not magic. It is not magic. No matter how many times you want to make it magic and those things, is not. It's just not. So then we have to have the conversation about, well, are there in fact times of the year, okay, in which are there in fact times of the year are there in fact times of the year that bring forth ancestral reverence in the African diaspora? And then the answer is in the space of non-religious paths, no, because ancestral reverence is daily. But then when we step into traditional African religion or African traditional religions, excuse me, okay, ATRs, African traditional religions, we then go into spaces where there are days or months that are very specific to the dead and the celebration of the dead. So the first is Fete Gede. Now I'm speaking to you as a Vodouisant. I am a Vodouisant. That is my religion. It is what I have been blessed in or on baptized in my lavé tête, my head, etc., and all of those things. I am an initiate of Haitian Vodou. Um, and the thing about that is there is a time, and this is that time. From this day all the way truly until about December 3rd or 4th is a very important time for your ancestors. Now, I need to communicate to you because people say, oh, Gede is going to come down. And a lot of people recognize Gede as the individual with the top hat on, the sunglasses with one glass removed, with white powder on their face. Um, and that's how you see them. Now, some other people will consider that Papa Leg, but it's not. It's not. And if you gave Gede, Papa Legbuzz offerings and things, would an ancestor acknowledge a descendant if they are now presenting themselves as white, Caucasian, blonde hair, blue eyes? Would an ancestor acknowledge a descendant if they are now presenting as well? Here's the thing about it, my dear. I don't know exactly what you're asking, but but let me tell you what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is I tracked my DNA, and my DNA says that I'm point two West African or unknown or whatever. I'm 1% West African, so forth. My boyfriend, his ancestors were Jamaican, but he is mixed race. He's black. Um, he, look, if your boyfriend is one and two, okay, and a lot of people, he's gonna be black. Because being Jamaican, you say Jamaican as the culture, or do you mean because being Jamaican is a cultural thing? It's not a race, or not only people are. I mean, there are white people in Jamaica, born in Jamaica, okay, and that makes them Jamaican, okay, but that does not make them African or black. But if your boyfriend is mixed race, there are and the thing about it is too, you go to Africa with pale, like Africans that are pale skin, blue eyes, blonde hair, and they are African and they are not European. So if in fact, um, in fact, he looks like a white dude, his ancestors were black, etc. It really depends on culture. It has a big thing to do with culture. Um, to be honest, but I mean, there are people that um it's fine. But the thing about it is this: there are a lot of black individuals that pass as white, passé blanc, especially here in the Gulf Coast. Um, my ancestors absolutely um what, 2 generations ago, possibly passed, you know, but they were still black and they grew up black. And that's the thing about it. A lot of people don't understand that it's not just the blood, but it is also the culture. It is also the culture. I'm a black individual. Doesn't give me authority in a Jamaican place or even an African place because I'm not an African. I'm African American with French ancestry and upbringing, indigenous ancestry, and some upbringing. In Pakistan, there are a culture of Africans who have been there centuries. They call themselves Shiati. Interesting. If I may, can we keep the personal questions to the end? Listen, come on, I'm impressive magic. Yes, indeed. Wow, it starts on my Thursday. So, now I will tell you, ATL Rum Shaker, I you're asking about the Laplace, the flags. We really want to get this, get the intended message. So the thing is, when it comes to Gede, um, a lot of people associate this figure with Gede. Okay, the hat, the sunglasses, the powder, a lot of gyrating, a lot of hip movement. And why is that? That is because Gede is not one Loa. The Gede is the ancestors. It is the ancestors. So when Gede comes down, we say, oh, Gede comes down. You don't know. It could be anybody ancestors in the room. It could be all the ancestors in the room. But a big part of Gede, in fact, Gede is that space of um they want to bless you. Either they're about to come down and tell you something, and because they are back on this side of the earth, they can be real funny and try to make little deals with you. But another really big part is fertility. So if you are interested in being fruitful and fertile and all of those things, a Fet Gede is where you really want to be. Now, in the spaces of Fet Gede, we see very traditional colors that are normally represented by black, purple, and white. That's what you normally see, but I want to communicate with you all. In Vodou, depending on region, it may be a color added or a color removed, but there's normally a very there's normally a very solid um connection there. Okay. With those main colors. The same with Papa Legba. There are very solid like colors, but then there's maybe one added if you're in the north part of Haiti versus the central part of Haiti. And that's really important to understand. But but it's clear that this is Legba and not somebody else that y'all want to create. Like I said, I've told you guys many, many times before, most people are talking or are saying Papa Legba, okay, giving colors of a shoe, offerings of another Loa, imagery of Bawan Samdin, with the personality of Bawan Criminal, all messed up, all messed up. And then y'all wonder why your hair falling out and your teeth is in the sink. It's not that difficult to figure out. It's not that difficult to figure out. So, in the space of Gede, understand that in Vodou, there is a day of the week in which, first and foremost, all of your ancestors are always honored just as a child of the diaspora. But then in the religion of Vodou, you're going to be looking at your weekend. And actually, here, ATL Ramsheka um, responded to a greeting with Kwa Sembo. Kwa Sembo. And this is a greeting. All of the Loa and all of the nation of the Loa have different greetings, whatever they may not be. Okay. I also have to communicate this. So November all the way until like the beginning part of December, not far into December at all, is the time to celebrate the dead. Okay. And so you have that. Now, let me communicate this. Aibobo. Um, and even like Aibobo, it's so funny because a lot of people don't know the difference between Aibobo and Aibobo because it's a call and response. But you normally hear people on a regular basis that will all just go Aibobo with this very strong Ebobo. And it's like one is the call, the other is the response. D'accord? Un moment, s'il te plaît. One more time. I do apologize, people. Cars are just seemingly breaking down. That breaking down. Our greetings for both Nacion, Rada, and Pato. Our greet. Oh yes. Oh yes. Very much so. Very much so. When it comes to greetings for the Nation, the Rada Nation has their greetings. The Patois have their greetings. And then there are and not just the Nation as like the Rada Nation and the not just the Rada Nation and the Patron Nation, but you then have very specific Loa that have very specific because you have like the Nation Ogu. That is a large house of Ogu. And that is something super important for me just to talk about in the spaces of voodoo, anyways. That a lot of people are like, oh, yes, Ogu, 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 Ogu. Oh, Ogu got me. No. In Ifa, Ogun. Ogun has you. Ogun may have your head. But when you step into voodoo, Ogu, the Ogu Nation, there's many, 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 many Ogu Nation. And so you don't know it depending on who that Ogu may be. Okay. So it's just important to know these details. And this is why I know how to pick out the phonies, okay, the phony Braxtons of social media and the things that they have to say. But there will be a space that you can honor your Gede with these colors, candles, etc. I do not encourage you to set up a Gede shrine. Why? Because me, even as an initiate, I was not, even after I was initiated, was not able to set up my shrines for the Loa. Your Ogun, pardon, not your Ogun, geez Louise, either your Mumbo or your Ogun will do that for you. They have to do it for you so that they can call the spirits in. You don't have that power. Now, there's an element of devotion and recognition and acknowledgement, but don't you dare think that you have an actual shrine and the Loa is in your space because you done lit a black, purple, and white candle and threw some purple, black, and white bandanas across your room and your head. Okay? It is not that. You can just honor and just say, thank you, Gede, for your guidance and your protection. But that's it. That's it. Because you don't know. You don't know. I promise you don't know. Is there any importance in hoodoo during this period? So I mentioned that earlier. No, there's not. Because here's the thing about it. People in the space of hoodoo, the magic of it all, it is a spiritual time. It is a magical time. If you are one that likes to sort of align yourself with things, many cultures celebrate the dead during this month. So my thing is, if I was you and I was doing some hoodoo working, you could do some death working. But the thing about hoodoo is a magical method, not a religion. And so we work with the dead all the time, and we also honor our ancestors all the time. Okay. I'm a little confused. Are Gede ancestors? So Gede is the vessel, and the ancestors come through Gede. Okay. So Gede is the figure, and the ancestors come through that. Okay, and so also ATL Rum Shaker, I'm a French speaker, not a Haitian Creole speaker. So my Haitian Creole is limited to Vodou. And I'm still, and listen, everybody, I've been initiated now for almost a decade at this point, and I'm still a baby. I'm knowledgeable because I studied, and I have studied, and I've participated, and I participate. Also, my people are the king of Vodou and the queen mother of the diaspora, the woman king of our generation. Um, so I know some things. So some of these of the terms I don't know. So I do apologize. I'm very honest, everybody, very honest. I'm not about to be out here and be like, oh yes, and repeat and those things. So um yes, we do Dia de los Muertos as well. Hey, voila. So there's that. Um that you definitely are. That I'm definitely are what? What are I? So there's that. The next thing is we want to talk and go into the spaces of the Egungun. Okay, the Egungun is what you call the ancestors in Ifa traditions. Yoruba traditions. Let me see that. Yoruba traditions. Okay, honest. Oh yes, very, very, very honest. I listen. I'm not gonna lie. I don't need Haitian Vodou clout at all. At all. I was a conjurer and queen before I even made it into Haitian Vodou. That's my wheelhouse, completely wholeheartedly. So as I grow in the spaces of Vodou, little by little, and it's literally little by little, um, and the things that I can share to assist with maybe your path if you are called, then we'll talk about that. But now we're going to get into the space of Egungun. Egungun is the term that you will see with Yoruba faiths of the Orisha. You normally find this, if I'm not mistaken, in the months of April if I'm not mistaken, is when the Egungun festivals are, and they celebrate during that time. So the Egungun is just the term for the ancestors in Yoruba faiths. Now, in Vodou, we have these particular colors and how we get down with the Gede. With Egungun, they're normally these little tiny figurines that you will see at the door or in the space of someone's house who is a devotee or initiate of a Yoruba faith. These have to be erected by a Baba or Iya. However, who do I smell tonight? Somebody's Gede Egungun is here because I smell them. Interesting. Um, Interestingly enough, though, you go to these botanicas, you go to these stores, these EFI stores, and they're all selling these figurines like lollipops. And so a lot of people have these Egungun figurines at their doors and all kinds of things on them and whatever, imitating the Egungun. Now, I'm going to also tell y'all this too. When you start hearing people in magical walks of life, like Hoodoo, Obia, and Grigri, and they're like, oh, yes, make sure you put up your Gede altar or put up your Egungun altar. You know these peppermint sticks. Actually, ATL Rum Shaker, I smelled peppermint. um, I literally smell peppermint. So the thing is, when it comes to the Egungun, my blood lineage is Yoruba people. Félicitations, congratulations. But you will see when it comes to the Egungun. Well, first and foremost, if people are talking about magical faiths like hoodoo and juju, and they're then using terms like Gede and Egungun, um, 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 when they when they're using those terms, you know they are just coming up with some BS. I'm gonna tell y'all something else too that's gonna really make y'all mad. I'm gonna make y'all real mad. No, I'm not. I'm gonna make y'all super mad tonight. I'm not gonna say that. They are regurgitating what they have heard. Well, and what they've heard, what they hear people talk about when people are online and talk about, well, oh, you're Egungun this and you're Egungun that, and oh, well, the Gede this, the Gede that, and then they're just using these terms in spaces where they are unwarranted, to be honest, because you honor them differently. Now, here's the thing about it. I had a friend once tell me just having a figurine without being activated is just a decorative object. And it is. One, it is a decorative object, but two, it is a dangerous decorative object because if you give that figurine enough of your efforts and energy, there is a trickster spirit waiting for you to open your door. You heard knocks on your door and you open your door and nobody's there, it's a trickster spirit ready to get your tail, posing as your Egungun. Okay? You and then you get got. Point blank, period. And it's unfortunate for them, but oh well, have at it. Absolutely have at it. But so let me express to you about this. And here's a big thing. When we talk about the space of ancestral reverence, honoring, acknowledgement, traditionally in the African diaspora, there is not an ancestor altar. There is not an ancestor altar in Hoodoo because Ancestral reverence is a custom within the diaspora and not magic. Okay? There is no altar, ancestral altar traditionally. When you go to West Africa, you're not going to find the ancestors on no table. You're not going to find them with no white cloth. You're not going to find them holding any of those things, spaces or places, etc. Okay? You're not going to find that them. You're not going to find that there. Okay? You will find ancestral spaces, rooms, which are your shrines, and is not decorated with photographs at all. Not even 2 photographs. Ancestor altars in Hoodoo is actually a very modern concept that has been mirrored by the Gulf Coast, the Caribbean, and spaces of Catholicism due to the reverence of saints. Usa. D'accord? And so that's where it begins to come from. You know, a lot of people get put a whole lot of see that Hobby Lobby Hoodoo is doing what it don't. The who don't. Hobby Lobby who don't. What you won't. And so, and the thing about it is because a lot of people, go, oh, well, Zora Neale Hurston. Well, Zora Neale Hurston did not grow up in these spaces. She was a folklorist and historian. So when she's going to some of these spaces and she's regurgitating what she's seeing or communicating what she's seeing, it may look like an altar to someone not in the faith. And again, if you are not of the earth, if you did not come from the earth of Haiti, there are things they are not going to tell you. I am living proof and witness of this. And I respect it. I honor it. I don't challenge it. It's not for me to challenge. I had a purpose. That purpose was fulfilled. And I'm just waiting on my next charge, if there is another charge. And so there's that. But then when you start going into the religions, again, there were actually shrines and no altars. Shrines and no altars. It wasn't until we came over to the Western world that we had to mask our things behind the scenes. So then when people came and they started investigating and twerculating and percolating, they was like, oh, well, these are ancestral altars and spaces. So when you start looking into the spaces like Santaria, Lukumi, and specifically those, you then do find your bovedas, which are going to be your white tables with your glasses and your candles and whatever religious icons you need on that space, but normally it is your ancestors. And traditionally, it wasn't photographs, it was some hair, it was some nails, it may have been a pocket watch, maybe a rosary, maybe a handkerchief, a variety, and those kind of things. But it wasn't the photographs. And you did not need to know the names because you were them, which is very, very, very important. So there's that aspect of it. We then have to understand I see y'all be like A skull even really, yes, exactement. So like it could have been a variety of those relics of those individuals. And so how you honor them within traditional African religions also differ. Because again, in Ifa, Isheshe, you're gonna have your figurine. But in the Catholic regions, you're going to have your bovida, white table. And so most people are actually appropriating a bovida, which are candle, which are 8, which are 9, 7 glasses of water, and um your white candles, etc. All of those things, a lot of people are truly appropriating the religion, is what most people are doing, and they don't understand that there's not a drop of water in any of these candles, because I am in any of these glasses of water, because I know better. Just simply having a candle and multiple glasses of water can open up spaces, doors, portals, if you want to call them portals, realms, um rooms, if you will, that is absolutely very dangerous, because you, for every single one of those glasses that has a drop of water, you're gonna have a drop of problems. And that is a real thing when it comes to ancestral reverence. Now, I do want to tap into the conversation of true acknowledgement, reverence, and those things. But before we do, if I may, if I may, I would just love to share this video again. If you haven't seen it, here it goes. The 2024 Hoodoo Queen Conjure Fete promo video. Please make sure that you are liking this video, subscribing to this channel, give the video a thumbs up, and share, please. Merci. Your mama didn't want to go lay in your bed. Dressing the fist and my cousin be lit. Queen coming through in the smoke in the city. just makes me want to exhale every time I see it. It's been a lot of work, y'all. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much also, Ishi, for letting me know that it was giving $25 off. I just fixed it, but you are a student. Don't use that. You have a special student discount. So speaking of, there's newsletters that's going out. You have a discount. The students at the Institute, you have your own discount. The virtual coven, you gonna have a discount. So y'all all will have, different spaces and places. Um, yes, Michael just reached out. Someone said the coupon says $25, not percent. I fixed it. Thank you. So yeah, so that should be fixed. I will double check. The chills every time. So hold up, slow up. Let us, how about this? How about we get into it this way? Who wants to join me tonight? What questions about ancestral reverence do you have? Or even about the Conjure Fete at this moment? If this is anything like your books, I know this will be fine. Well, I'm going to tell you this. This book that I'm coming out with here in just a second with the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, it blows every other book out of the water. Oh yes, you get student perks. And for those that have attended the Conjure Fete, if you want to jump in and tell people your experience, that would be wonderful. I'm gonna just double check real quick to make sure that that is correct here. I did update it, but I just want to be certain. Percentage off, restriction, Conjure Fete, voila. Yes, there we go. So that has been fixed. So can't wait to see you again. Yes, yes, yes. Um, I'll be getting. Thank you. No, this. I was talking to my editor today, and she was like, "Queen, like, it's gonna cost me a very pretty penny to even have this book made because of how massive it is. But it is something that you will absolutely like. My thing is moving forward with all the things that I do. If you cannot apply it for multiple generations, I really don't want to put it out, which is why it took me over 2 years to even have these cards created. The Conjure Fete was mind blowing. The Witch's Walk was a blast. Yes. So we're going to do the Witch's Walk again. But the Ancestor Reverence, we're doing a ritual at night. So you get to join me in the graveyard in the cemetery. And okay, who we got in the house? We got Jess in the house. Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm well. What about yourself?
I'm good. I am très fatigué, mais ça va.
I'm so excited. I am
Yes.
so excited.
So, what you want to come and share? Are you have any questions tonight?
Now I just wanted to come in and just give my testimony about the Fed. Is
Yes,
everything
please.
in some, and you have to be there, and it just keeps getting better and better. I just don't know what to say. Like you have outdone yourself.
Oh,
I don't
thank
know
you.
what to
Thank
say,
you. Yes,
but I
I
don't have any
so what if
questions necessarily.
so you've done the work and ritual weekend, you've done the institute, you've come to the fete. What what have these events done for you? Because again, this isn't your first, this isn't your second. Like this is like your third or fourth event at this point. So like what are you leaving away with? Why continue to invest?
So going to these events, the working ritual weekend, the Fed, each time I go, it's just building my confidence. Before I even came across you, Queen, your your girl was lost, wasn't able to connect, wasn't, and every time I'm in your presence and I'm learning something new under you, it's always fulfilling. I can always
Mm,
apply it. I'm seeing the results. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm still working on my confidence, but since going to the Fed, the working ritual weekend, it's like I know you got it in you, and I just hope that I can continue to be there each and every year, every event, because I know that each time that I come there, I'm taking away something valuable, something uh, may be tangible, but I'm taking away something, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna be able to apply it. Whew, I'm excited. I'm
Well,
excited.
I'm excited for you. And for me, it is huge. I've mentioned this a couple of times in the past couple of videos where I am constantly giving life and speaking life and encouraging. I know a lot of people want me to be like this bitch witch. Like I know that people want me to be like, oh, I'm the queen and da 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 da, and all of those things. And unfortunately, I'm not. Now, if I need to be, she can be, but I don't think anyone's ever had to see me in that space ever yet.
I hope I
Um,
never have to see. 'Cause,
and but yes, but that is my thing. I need for you all because again, I live through what you give your children and your families. My people live through you all because you honor, respect, and you're sowing these seeds. And beautifully enough, um, um, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, more people are texting and whatnot. So about the visuals and just really enjoying the video and all those things. But that's my thing. So Marquise, how are you doing this evening?
Hi, I'm good. I'm a little nervous right now because it's my
Mhm.
first time actually being on video. And I've been going to all the virtual cousin meetings to seeing everybody pop in and say hi. And I was like, oh, that would be so cool to do. And then I was like, I don't have the courage to do it yet. So I finally went for it today. And I'm so
Wonderful.
proud of myself.
I'm happy that you're here, and I know that you are more of a newcomer to this space, but I
Yeah.
recently had a reading with you, and you were just saying like how you were in some other spaces and saw some other things. What has made you um invest in what you've gotten from my channel or from me from this or even your reading the other day?
I think for me personally, what keeps me not only just coming back, but actively being proactive and seeking out more information is the fact that I'm not just getting confirmations from you, but I'm getting confirmations from my lineage and things that we talked about and those things that you were like, I'm not even 100% sure about this, but I'm pretty sure that there's this information about your family. I went to go verify that and you were right on the money. No questions about it. Like you were there. And I was like, oh, well, well, there's that. And also, it's just the fact that I'm able to not only just talk to you and people that I see inside the community and hear these similarities and these connections, but I can talk to other people who, when I mention the Hoodoo Queen and Comatose and stuff like that, they're like, oh, I don't know exactly what that is, but good information. And it's I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where it's not everybody knows the name to the information that from where they're getting the information, but they know that the information is right and they're all getting it from the same source. And it all trickles back down to you. So
Oh,
and it was cool to be able to just be online and be on Instagram and some other virtual spaces and to just meet other people who've not only just seen your videos, but people who've gotten readings from you. And it's I literally talked to them once, don't even know how your name came up, and it was like, oh yeah, I'm Queen, and then I was like, Queen? but what you know about Queen? Hold on now. And then like we were like getting more into the conversation, and then your name came up, and I was like, oh wow. I was like, if that wasn't like the ultimate confirmations that I needed, that I'm in a right space now, and that I'm so fortunate to be able to start so young. Because only being 20 years old, it's like I don't know anybody else my age, especially in my like local area, where they're like, yeah, this is something that like we should get started with now. You
Mhm.
never really hear people my age talk about like, oh, let's start thinking about the future generations. Let's start thinking about reconnecting with what was forgotten or what was dropped off or left by other family members. So I I feel like even aside from like those confirmations I'm getting, I'm just feeling fortunate enough that I'm able to be in this space where I'm able to get this kind of information and able to meet these people. So yeah, that's why I keep on coming back because
Well,
it feels like a gift that was given to me.
oh, wonderful. Well, I'm glad to hear that. And again, like there are many individuals here, Jessica, Tanisha, you have Nellie, you have a variety of individuals that have graduated from the Institute that again that you can reach out to, ask questions, and that I know they know what they're doing and trusting, and I trust them. And so don't ever feel that you need to um even just wait on me. You have a village here that has the answers when I'm not available, and I know that without a doubt. Like I've said many times before, I could honestly end the institute today and be perfectly okay because I know those that hold the information are solid, So I'm happy that you're here, and I hope
Thank
that
you.
you get all that you need, and even if it's just for a season, because sometimes I'm like, oh, yep, I'm here for you. But guess what? That ain't me. You're going to have to go to them.
Mhm.
and that's the reality. So I'm blessed to have this connection now. And I look forward to seeing what happens from here.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. I'm
To
so
me,
excited because this is going to be my very, very first Conjure Fete. So I'm excited. I already purchased my ticket.
oh my goodness,
So
you're looking
yeah,
quick. Which one did you get?
I don't think I should say it out loud
Okay, no
because
worries, no
the
worries. Either way
person
it
that
goes. Listen, you're fine. Listen, keep your nobody trying to count your pocket. Keep it to yourself. Um, but definitely, I just want to just remind people though, seriously. Now, let me ask you: did you use the coupon code and get $25 off or 25% off?
so I got $25 off because I literally saw the code pop up and I literally started typing it in as I saw it.
Got you.
But
So it's fine. So what we'll do is give you the difference, and I will just send that to you.
I
Okay.
appreciate it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't my ticket that I bought. I bought a ticket for somebody who I'm going with.
Okay.
So, and then I heard you. I had a feeling something told me to wait because you mentioned that there will be other things, and then you mentioned the Coven discount, and I was
Mm.
like, all right, I'm gonna wait on mine because I want to. I know for me personally, there's only one option when I looked at that entire list, and I was like, I'm getting that VIP
When I
right then and there.
when I tell
So,
you though, I want to tell you when I can't because there's more coming. There's more coming. And I know that people will look at some of these things and go, "Ugh, I don't know." But when I tell you, when some of you all miss out on this VIP, it's a wrap. Because if I if I'm right like I think I am, you just won't have EI. But you should more than likely also have her 90-plus-year-old mother.
Mhm.
That is an elder that some people will never in their lives be able to be in the presence of, to be fed with. So and that's an element. But when I tell you with these cards, when I tell you with these cards, it will change the trajectory of what African Americans know. There is not an African American divination tarot. There's not one. There's not two. Even the ones that I've created in the past, though they were um they were called tarot, but they were actually like omens or omen cards or um oracle cards essentially. This, like I said, this has been a 2.5 year long journey that everyone's just not deserving and worthy of having. And I'm just not going to share with everybody. So if you can't get these cards, you can't get them, period. It is what it is. So let me get to Tanisha. Tanisha, yes, how may I help you to this evening?
Hi, Queen. So I'm here because I do have a question regarding ancestor veneration. And
Yeah.
also, I just kind of wanted to comment on some of my experiences in the Institute, as well as going to Fete twice. This will be my first working ritual weekend, so I'm excited about that. But my feedback is the teachings are so fundamental and so well put together that I am able to make connections kind of across sort of different, I guess, African traditional religions. So I just kind of wanted to put that together and put that out there. Like, Queen, your teaching and your guidance, like, has allowed me to see so much and interpret so much. And I think it's something I mentioned at graduation is like kind of having a new set of sort of hoodoo eyes, how I speak to people. You know, I was talking to Nels and I was telling her about, this quick encounter I had with a gentleman who was 80 plus years old. And he made this one statement. And based off of that one statement, I knew he knew some stuff. And we got to talking and my suspicions were confirmed, and he ended up gifting me something. And um so I just kind of wanted to talk to that, just the teachings and how far you could go with learning from you, because you're able to connect the dots across so many different fields. Okay, so my question.
Yes.
So I have this one ancestor who was like a straight up thug.
Hmm.
Like, if we were to turn on the TV and watch a certain show that took place a show with the setting that took place in Harlem, 1930s, 1940s, you like one of mine is in there. We do not claim this man. We don't like my family don't want to acknowledge him. When I first started this journey, interestingly enough, that's the person that kind of came to me first through a conversation um from somebody who was very unsuspected as to what I was going through. Said, "Hey, do you know this person with this last name and this part, of Philly?" And I said, "Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about." Um we I'm not even, like, for a long time we wasn't even allowed in that part of Philly because of that person. That person, through all of his gangster shenanigans, lived to be 80 years old, and eventually passed away. But yet and still, my family will not claim this person. And I just kind of wanted to know, in terms of kind of like honoring ancestors and things like that, should I not so much separate him, but like how do I go about acknowledging him when I know in life he wasn't really acknowledged by our bloodline because of
Did
his
you
actions?
acknowledge him?
Do I acknowledge him?
Did you? And do you?
No.
Okay. Now, did you and aren't you not acknowledging him is because that's just what the family did? Or are you not acknowledging him because you don't agree with him?
I'm not acknowledging him because I don't want the other ancestors that didn't acknowledge him to be pissed with me
Okay.
for acknowledging him.
Okay. So here's the thing about it. when it comes to these particular ancestors, they all share the same blood. It doesn't matter whether they acknowledged him or didn't acknowledge him. He's your ancestor. He's not their ancestor. He's their relative, but he's your ancestor.
Oh, yes.
So you don't have to, you don't owe them, you are not disrespecting them by honoring him. But more importantly, but more importantly, what if your family acknowledged him in living, giving him the attention, giving him the love, giving him the guidance, giving him the accountability? What if in his life that was done that shifted his decisions, that may have been a key element to allow him to be a different person altogether? Well, you know what? They didn't do it. Is that love? Is that honor? No. So then you have to ask yourself the question, do I give him this love and honor now to elevate him?
Mm-hmm.
Working ritual weekend. Perfect example of having a moment of giving this honor, this acknowledgement to elevate you mentally as an ancestor
Mm-hmm.
so that you are able to guide and protect me. Because having somebody like that on your side is not a bad thing to any capacity. So when you are in these spaces and you're not quite street smart,
Mm-hmm.
but you need an ancestor on your side that very much is, that says, get your ass up out of here, that's who you're going to need. So you have to ask yourself the question, do you honor and acknowledge this individual? And that's just on a child of the diaspora level. In religion, if this was an excommunicate family member and you also agreed with your family for your own personal reasons through your experience, you would leave him under the water to be forgotten about and he would never return. So even if you don't leave him under the water due to religion, but you leave him in the dark just because you're unsure, is that right? So I'm going to give it to you like this. My mother's lineage, probably like 98% owned my father's lineage.
Whoa.
And I got to honor all of them. And I honor all of them, all of me. So I am blessed in every way.
Thank you, Queen, as always.
You're so welcome. Anyone else have any questions? Or Tanisha, how do you need to sit and process that and work through
Yeah,
that?
I do. I do need to sit and process it. But I think this was sort of the you said something and it made all the sense in the world. You said that he was their relative. He's your ancestor. And I think I have to treat him as such.
Mhm,
And that's just what it is. So
mhm.
yeah.
Super. Anyone else in the 70 plus individuals that want to give me some questions or feelings or thoughts by any chance? And please make sure that you are giving the video a thumbs up, I'm just checking right now to see if y'all really like me or not. Let's see if y'all just out here. Yay, we do. We got plenty likes. I'm very happy with the likes. So, C says that tied into my question about how to honor the English ancestry because my European ancestry owned and bought and brought my father's lineage here. So the reality is this: you're not honoring the person, you're honoring the blood. I'm not telling you to go and be like, all right, let me go get my Ku Klux Klan little hat and go sit it on my altar. Nope, that's not what I'm saying. We're not getting into that. All right. But what I'm saying is there is an aspect of your blood that absolutely you can gain from. So just speaking to like this sounds real jacked up, but this is my truth. This is the truth. When I tell you all I'm a Benson, mon nom est de la livre. Let me show you how this gets down. My mother's maternal lineage is Queen Nancy, the indigenous, married to Guillaume de la Livre, which was changed to de la Pound. De la Livre is the French currency, but because it was un-American and they were under British rule, the British currency was pounds. So they switched it to de la Pound. That was in the 1700s. Jump to the 1800s, my mother's paternal lineage, Jean G. Benson, took ownership of Colija. Colija was the land of Nancy. So my mother's paternal lineage now has taken ownership of her maternal lineage land. As time goes along, so from 1800 until 1919, over 100 years, a lot of people came through there. In the late 1800s, after in slavery-ish, the West African blood touched my family's bloodline in the early 1900s, late 1800s. This is where my father's lineage and things goes into our DNA. So I can just about guarantee, I don't know for a fact, but I know, and the thing about it is in Benson, Alabama, there were blacks, whites, and in-betweens that all worked in Benson. Everybody. So it wasn't a discriminatory space regarding who was working, who was sharecropping, etc. But I can almost guarantee, just based off of if 1 + 1 is 2 and 2 + 2 is 4, that my mother's line more than likely had his line working to some capacity. But the reality is the Benson, and you can Google this, was the first people of color to bring a railroad company to the US as people of color, like in the South. We are that we are that deeply rooted in the South and America and in American history. And with that being said, they were one of the most successful people of colors in the South as entrepreneurs. So do I neglect my entrepreneurial ancestors because they did a particular thing? No, they're smart as hell. And I'm an entrepreneur. I would be dumb as hell to ignore this aspect of me to guide me in my entrepreneurial businesses, etc. So you absolutely cannot dismiss the blood, the wit, the knowledge, the wisdom, the experience because of an experience. Does that make sense? So that's why I speak to that capacity. Yes, I think someone had unmuted themselves.
Oh, I was just gonna say that makes perfect sense. But I do have a question. I'm scared to ask because I feel like it's like I'm reading into it too much, but I think I'm gonna be brave and ask. Okay. So in my ancestral space, this morning I set out that coffee. And I never noticed this before, but I noticed as once I got done working, I took the coffee off from the space. And I took a picture of it. I noticed that I guess the cream that was in the coffee, like it formed and looked like a eye. Like now it'd be one thing is like in a shape, but I'm talking about the little lines and everything. Like it looked like a eye. And I was just like, that's strange and it's cute. Let me take a picture. But then I got to wondering, I wonder if that was a message. Like, what was like? Have you ever had that experience where you may sit out coffee for your ancestors, and then you may see shapes, very clear, specific shapes.
It could be shapes. It could be popping of the candles. It could be the water was full and now it's gone, or now the water has gotten very dirty in the matter of an hour out of nowhere.
Yeah, but that was just quite strange to me, and I was like,
Is this a
um,
message?
yeah, there was just an eyeball, and I'm just like, not sure what that means. Like I'm watching
But
you, or
how would you figure out what that means?
divine. I'll be quiet now. Thank you.
Mm. So I promise y'all have the answers. Y'all have the answers. But you get caught up in the moment and you forget that you have the answers. Because the thing about it is, yes, I could say, oh, well, the I means this and the I means that in a general way. But what was that message for you? Those are your people. Y'all got to have a conversation. Whether it's with the bones or the cards. But you can say, is this a message? It could come up 100% no. Oh, well, just an interesting design. Is it a message? Yes, but I don't understand it. So then you begin to look and notice how your day is responding and go, oh, okay. Because it may have just been a communication of saying, trust your sight. Trust that intuitive, psychic, second sight. Trust what you know today. So I want you to tell me what they're saying. Is it a message? That's just a very quick yes or no answer.
No, it was a coincidence.
And look at that.
I was wondering.
You have to think. Don't start that. Y'all pack. Yeah.
But I just wanted to say, like, this is a perfect example of the type of teaching that I was kind of referring to earlier. A teacher that's not going to tell you your answers, a teacher that's going to say, look within, like, you have the tools to figure this out. So just kind of wanted to point like that. This is a perfect example of sort of your teaching style that I admire and learn so much from. And I just hope everyone else um, take what I'm saying serious and enroll, and enroll.
Well, I thank you so very much. And that's the thing about with this Conjure Fete, because two of the classes is a two-part series of the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. we're getting into every single, you all listen, I get chills thinking about it. I think 100 of the first pages of this reference book is just the introduction. That's just the introduction. Because it's that specific. It is that deep. In fact, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to probably send some of you all the manuscript because I'm interested to see if it's offensive, because it probably will be, because it's very truthful. Um, I'm interested because I don't want the truth is the truth, and I know it's the truth, but I also need it to be well received. It needs to be it has to be communicated and delivered in a way where you can in fact receive the truth and is not, you know, I, and I'm normally really good about that, and people know that I come from a place of love and all of those things. But I'm telling y'all, like, this is I'm very interested in just seeing some of y'all's feelings and your thoughts on it, and all of those things, because I you all have taught me a lot, because like, there's a lot of things that I haven't experienced as one that's trying to connect and trying to, I don't know that life. I've never known that life. And so when you're like, oh yes, Hoodoo Heritage Month, and I'm like, what? And you say, well, I just saw it as a space of more people that are interested in what I'm interested in, and I found um happiness in that. And I'm like, I never thought about it that way. I just looked at it as a cash grab, you know. Um, and so it's I'm learning a lot from you all, and I need to, I know for a fact that I have to be open to hearing you all. And I am. I mean, I have I don't think I've ever quiet or silenced anybody ever in their feelings and thoughts and etc. But I'm interested to know those things. Um but I thank you. What are these people talking about in this chat? Listen, I saw that packing thing, Nelly. Josie, oh, that's what I do. I got my ticket. Okay. Congratulations. Oh, I know. I so hate I couldn't come. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. See, this but this is what I love. This is what I absolutely love, because a lot of y'all just communicate within yourselves, and you have your own little relationships and little groups, and you come to Mobile and get your own little Airbnb together and all kinds of things. It's just beautiful. But like, you have to really think about how solid that is for people to be all the way from around different spaces of the world to be like, hey, let's stay together. Like that is huge. Um, y'all hurry up now. Conjure Fete will be a time. And the thing about it is, a lot of people do wait. They try to wait, and then it's gone. And they're like, I really wanted to come, and now the tickets are gone. I promise you. And again, like I said, this year with what we're gonna have, you all so I don't have it. So the person who's teaching the Norse classes, we actually recorded their wedding, and they invited us to their Norse wedding, their binding ceremony. It was in the middle of the woods. There were horses, there were archery with fireballs and all kinds of things. But oh yes, thank you so much, Nelly. I forgot. You can split your VIP tickets into 4 easy payments. Like, you have that option. Yes, Tanisha?
I'll Google this. Is Norse like Thor
Mm-hmm.
and okay.
Thor,
And
Odin, Frigga,
okay.
all of them. And so I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is crazy. This sounds real crazy. So Odin, which is traditionally called Woden, is what the real thing is like the all father of Norse theology, because it's not mythology. It's a religion, also true, is what you call it. Everything becomes mythology once it's no longer Christian. It's a myth. Really? Baby, you built your religion off of my myth, okay? But anyways, Woden or Odin is the All Father. When we do a Fet Agwe Fet Papa Ogu, there is a particular room that we utilize in Vodou. And in this particular ceremony in Vodou, um, hold on, I want to oh, I don't have it. Anyways, in this particular I'm trying to find it in my notes because yes, in fact, the first thing that comes up, Odin Wedun, Odin Wedun, father of all Dumbalas. My Oga, my papa, when we were doing this ceremony and he was teaching me these things, and this was in 2019, March 16, 2019, 11 a.m. is all here. Odin Wedun, father of all Dumbalas. So the top father of the father Loa is called Odin Wedun. And I was like, that is insane, but how interesting. And then it makes me just think, is there a connection? Possibly. Possibly. Because the thing about it is gods, they traveled. And which is why this is the fete of the gods. Every god that is in America came by the way of the ocean. Everyone. European, African, Asian, Indian, not indigenous to America, but all came by the way of the ocean. And so that's why we're going to be at the ocean a couple of times. And this is going to be a different Conjure Fete because, I mean, well, first and foremost, I forgot to tell y'all, it's going to be where we're having the working ritual weekend. Y'all are going to see where it's going to be. But it's literally in the middle of the woods in this beautiful, like, wooden, beautiful facility, all made out of wood. It's stunning. It's going to be everything. But anyways, everybody, we have not been here for quite some time, 2 hours to be in fact. But I do just want to say thank you to everyone. I hope you all learned a lot tonight. I hope that you were fed as always. But I must say, before I end this live, we get into it one more time and then I'm going to jet out. Y'all have a blessed one. It's been an absolute pleasure. Do not wait to get your tickets. There will be multiple coupons and they were going to expire at different times. If you don't get it now, I'm telling you, Black Friday, Cyber Monday is going to be a really good time if you don't go and get them now. However, I'm just saying this though. If you don't get them right away, and remember, you can split them up into 4 easy payments. PayPal lets you do that now. So you can get the best of the best. Y'all, when I tell you, I cannot wait to show you the things I want to show you. Like, it's next level. I've never been more, and I honestly have never invested more financially and in sweat equity than I have with this tarot set and this book ever in my life. But so if people are purchasing their tickets now, there is really nothing you're going to be able to do by Black Friday or Cyber Monday if those are gone. Because once those first 30 are gone VIP, that's done. EI has promised to read on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's going to be 10 people a day. And that's it. She actually was like, I really want to just do like 10 or 15, but if it's spread out, I can do more. And so people may also say, well, Queen, and this is just something important to know too. Well, why are they the price they are? Because when you're working with a priestess to her capacity, what I'm having to pay her for every one of you. so just know that that's where that is going. I think she's going to travel in with her Elay as well. So she may be coming with her whole troop. If I'm not mistaken, I think she also, for the women, at least maybe bring in skirts that you could purchase to dance, because we are dancing. It's a whole thing. But anyways, everybody, yeah, people don't understand about the price. Even like whenever it comes down to like Fete Gedes, I had to purchase 2 goats. And I was like, well, I'm gonna do this and just spend, just my papa got so mad at me because he was like, the less expensive your goat is, the less your blessings are gonna be. How important are your blessings? So don't come over here trying to buy no $100, $200, $300 goat. On top of that, if this goat accepts you, it will also bless everybody else at the Fete Gede, because we eat from that goat. And so I was like, psh. And then the next year I had to do 2 goats. The ATR offerings are very expensive. They are, but they're life changing. Your life changes forever in that moment. Everybody, again, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so very much. Enjoy. again, I'm not crying. No. I'm gonna need for y'all to stop crying. I've been crying. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together now. Come on now. Let's get it together. Let's pull ourselves together here. Oh my goodness. Yes, Mint Agui in the back. Yes. Yes. We able. Merci. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I greatly appreciate it. You all, thank you so very much. Um, Waterworks everywhere. Goodness. We don't want to flood them out now. I look forward to again seeing everybody. Let's really put this out there. I'm about to just drop the promo once I finish this. You all have a blessed one. I'm so excited I'll be there. Um, Plane tickets got too expensive last time. Listen, again, jump on it. Again, please remember, thank you, Marquise, for being here. It was a pleasure having you. You get those VIP tickets for 4 easy payments. Okay? Merci. Until next time. Bonne soirée. Bonne soirée. Where do you recommend we stay? So hold on to that thought. I may have I may have another option, a very inexpensive option regarding where to stay. I will be putting that out as soon as we get those details, but very inexpensive and quite practical too. So, anyways, I think practical is the word. Ah well, bonne soirée, merci.